All right, the proper way to throw the baseball. You want these same mechanics every time you throw, whether it's warming up, throwing from the outfield, throwing from the infield, eventually pitching. The first for now, you can do different grips when you get to pitching, is how to grip the ball. The proper way at this age is a 4-seam grip on the ball. That means you have 4 seams spinning when the ball is in flight. That gives the most stability to the ball. You'll have the straightest throws, that they won't tail off, they won't dip, and you don't want any side spin. That's the hardest. All the guys in the majors who throw 100 plus, they're throwing 4 seams. Those are the straightest, fastest throws. So to do that, you as the thrower, you want to see a C. So you want to get the ball. So to my perspective, this is showing a C. And then we're just going to put our bigger hands. You'd put 2 fingers across the fattest seams, not the small seams, the fat seams. Smaller hands, you can put 3 or even all 4 across. But the key is you want to see the C in the baseball. Put your fingers across that seam. So that's the first thing. You got to have a proper grip. Next is how we stand when we throw. So for warming up purposes, you're always going to stand very similar to your batting stance, but your front shoulder will be pointing in the direction of your throw. So feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of bend in the knee, the athletic position. And then we're always going to start the same way. You're going to have your glove, the ball, up at your chest, standing sideways like I showed. The first thing to do is point your elbow. So not the glove, and I'll talk about that in a second, but point your elbow at your target. That's kind of like the sights of a gun. So elbow up, ball is still in the glove. Next thing we do is separate, and we're going to bring the ball up and behind our head so that it's facing backwards. So what I say is knock on the window with the ball. So you can see that. So it's up high above our heads, facing backwards. The ball, if there's an imaginary window, we're knocking on it. Now while we're doing that, our elbow stays up, our arm goes back for the knock. Our weight should be on our back foot. Weight's back, elbows up. Now when we go to throw, what we will do is step with our front foot and point that toe. I don't know if you can see that, let me back up. We're going to point with the toe and step. At the same time as we step, just about the time our foot lands, we're going to start our motion to come through. It's going to begin off of our back leg. So all of our power is coming from our back leg. Our accuracy is coming from our arms. Power is not coming from your arms. It's coming from your legs, your hips. Ball up, elbow up, weight back, step and point. So our toes should be pointed where we're throwing. It should not open here. Point to where we're throwing. Then we're going to come through. As we come through with our throwing arm, we're going to tuck our elbow. So our non-throwing arm is going to tuck at the same time as our hand comes over our head, and we release out in front of our body. Actually, when we release, we want our chest over our knee and our knee over our ankle. So there should be a straight line through from our ankle, or really our heel, up through our knee into our chest. We're not throwing like this, chest and back. It's very inaccurate and you're going to lose a lot of power. Ball up, push, step, tuck, point, chest over knee, and then our momentum should carry our back foot over. So if you watch a pitcher, it's the exact same mechanics. When they're in the stride, so they've got their back foot on the rubber, hands are up. Usually they start with their hands down, but as they bring that foot up, they'll bring their hands up. They'll get separation, usually on one foot. Step, then the arm comes through, elbow tucks, and we're pointing to where we want the ball to go. So you want the ball to roll off of your fingers. with backspin.